In this video, you will learn why you should take notes, learn some note-taking tips, and learn some note-taking styles. Why should you take notes? By taking notes, you make a record of the information you think is important and that may be on the test. You can also look back at your notes when you are studying to remember key information that you wrote down. Handwriting notes is a kinesthetic way of keeping track of information. The physical act of writing will help you remember notes because you have to process what you hear and write it on the paper. Taking notes also helps with concentration and listening. In order to write good notes, you must be able to pay attention and listen effectively. If you are not able to concentrate or listen effectively, your notes may be incomplete. Taking notes in class is a good idea because your notes may contain information that is not found elsewhere. For example, your professor may give you anecdotal information, such as experience they have had or research they have conducted that isn't published elsewhere. There are a few things before you even set foot in your class. First of all, read your chapter before class. Look at your syllabus to see what chapter or topic is being covered that day in class and read it before you go. You will be able to process the notes better when you are in class while the teacher is explaining it. Write down questions you have about what you read on paper, note cards, or in a computer document. If you get your questions answered, fill in the answer wherever on your paper or document. If you don't get them answered, be sure to ask. Download PowerPoints from Blackboard. They usually provide an outline of the day's topic so you can add notes to the slides to fill in with more detailed information. Review previous notes. Refresh your memory on what was discussed in previous classes. It allows you to remember important definitions. Sit in the front of class. Sitting in the front of class allows you to hear and see better, especially if you are in a big classroom, which means you have a better chance of getting all the notes you need. There are a lot of note-taking tips. First of all, there is no right or wrong way. Just find a way and stick to it. You may need to experiment with different types of note-taking to find a way that works for you. Some note-taking strategies are also better suited for different types of text that you may be reading. Create a table of contents to find your notes easily. You can do this by leaving the first few pages of your notebook blank, and on the left side put a date, then put the title or the topic that you went over, and then put a page number. Use heading and titles. Heading and titles can help you find topics easier. If you use a table of contents, use the same verbiage for both so you can find your notes more easily. Cite sources. If your professor or instructor cites a book or an article in class, make sure you write it down so you can find the source after class to find information you may need. Handwrite your notes. It helps you process what you are hearing to be able to physically write down your notes. Don't write down every single word. You will probably fall behind if you try to write down everything. If you have read the chapter before, you will have some background knowledge. You will also know what information, such as definitions, you can find in your textbooks so you can elaborate on your notes later. It also will help if you write in phrases using your own words if possible. Use keywords and phrases that are important. Words such as the don't add any meaning, so omit when possible. Write in your own words because it will help you understand the information better later on when you are reviewing the notes. If you don't know how to put it in your own words, ask for clarification after class. Use shorthand, symbols, and abbreviations that you will understand when reading your notes later. You can create an index of your symbols, shorthand, and abbreviations that you commonly use throughout your notes. Start each lecture on a new page. Make sure you write your topics and a date on the top of the page as well. Starting a new page allows you to separate topics from different lectures. If you remember learning about something on a certain day, or look through your syllabus for days on which you learned something, It'll be easier to find where the lecture starts. Write on one side of the paper. You are able to review your notes easier as you lay them out side by side, and you don't have to flip your notes over to find information. Leave blank spaces. Blank spaces help separate out topics during a lecture. It allows you to go back and add notes if you missed or needed to clarify something. Listen for verbal cues. Introductory remarks can give an overview of key ideas. An example of a signpost is the four main aspects are repetition, phonological cues such as voice emphasis, change in volume, speed, emotion, or emphasis, or final remarks or a summary. You can also watch for nonverbal cues such as facial expressions and hand and body signals. There are several things you can do after class to help you retain the information you learned in class. Read through your notes. Make sure they are legible, fix any spelling errors, and write out any abbreviations if necessary. Fill in any missing information, such as the elaboration from the text that helps clarify your notes. Code your notes. Use colors and symbols to mark different aspects of your notes. This could include highlighting vocabulary or putting a star by main points. Note what needs clarification. If you have questions about something, use code to make sure that you ask about it later. Summarize your notes. Find some space, such as on the bottom or back of a page, to write a summary of the notes on that page. You could also do this at the end of each lecture. Compare notes. Compare your notes with another person in class to see who has a more detailed or accurate notes. You can add notes that you may have missed. Cornell Notes is one type of note-taking style. In order to do this style, you need to write a vertical line a few inches from the left margin. You will draw a horizontal line a few inches from the bottom of your notes. During class, you're going to be writing notes in the top right-hand corner. After class, you're going to read through your notes and write down main ideas or words in the left margin. Underneath your horizontal line, you will make a summary of your notes in your own words. The T method is similar to Cornell Notes, but this method allows you to write down your questions you have when writing your notes or when reading through your notes. So towards the bottom of your page, you're going to write a horizontal line. Underneath that horizontal line, you're going to make a vertical line that splits it in half. During class, you're going to write your notes on the top part of your page. After class, you will read through your notes and write a summary in the bottom left corner. Then you will write any notes in the bottom right corner. Mind maps allow you to visually arrange your notes so you can see connections or distinctions between topics in your notes. These can be done online, which allows you to incorporate images or videos that go along with your notes. With the box and bullets method, you will write the main topic down and put a box around it. This allows it to stand out from the notes. Underneath this box, you will write your notes underneath it with bullet points. And you can repeat this as many times for as many topics as you have. The charting method is a great way for you to rewrite notes after class. Each heading is a common theme for your notes, and you can have as many common themes as you want. It allows you to compare your notes side by side so you can see similarities and differences, or even to see everything about one topic in one place. Using a timeline allows you to see how something progresses through time. You can classify notes by time periods, allowing you to group certain events or topics together. A story map is similar to a timeline, as it allows you to see how things occur in order to time, but it is usually used in literature. The story map on the left often allows you to keep track of events throughout a story or novel. You can visualize the events leading up to the climax and then see the falling action. The graphic on the right is a method that allows you to order events that aren't necessarily in a story or a novel, such as a battle or a war. There are a wide variety of graphic organizers that you can use in different ways for different reasons. You can research them to find one that works for you. The graphic on the left is a Venn diagram. You have to have a minimum of 2 intersecting circles. The intersecting parts of the circles allow you to compare 2 or more items, and the non-intersecting portions of the circles allow you to distinguish the differences of the 2 or more items. The graphic on the right is a T-chart. You can also modify this to compare and contrast 2 or more different subjects. The columns allow you to write about each topic, allowing you to keep facts together, and you can see the similarities and differences between the topics.